up where the words are. Welcome to Stem Cell Friends, and we're going to learn about the internet. It is this vast, complex array of devices, and you're going to learn how it works. It's for today's video at Stem Cell Friends. If you didn't hear the opening, welcome to Stem Cell Friends. You're welcome to Stem Cell Friends. And today we are learning about the, drumroll please, Internet. It's shortened from the word internetwork. That word was used when word internetwork was used when the internet was just starting. The internet is very young because it just recently kick-started in the late 20th century. About 100 years, it just started recently, to be precise. It started recently, very recently. That's why old movies and pictures might be looking a little grayer and darker because the internet was just getting started. But if somebody asked you, how does the internet work? I'm assuming that some of you won't know the answer, but some of you might know. Okay, first of all, let's start with this word, internetwork. Inter means between, and network means a group of things. Let's start with the network. People can be part of a network where they all know each other and can communicate. In a network, there is, hold on. Example is a family. A family is a small network, but a big example would be like a class. They can start from or a group chat. Anything. As long as it doesn't go outside the network. So, let's say you're going to send let's say you're going to send something from A to B. Okay, computer to the sender, which is you, and the receiver, which is the person who you're sending through. Let's pretend that this name was Tom and this was like Jerry. Yeah, and Tom wanted to send a message to Jerry. So, what would happen? Well, it's not like a wire's connecting to them and everything's sent down. No, that's not how it works. That's not how the internet is working. It works very different than the A to B I just drew. This is not a single wire. At first, let's pretend they're sending a hello. Oh. You're sending hello to, let's say, to a companion in a different country. No, let's say you're in a group chat, which some of you might not be in or some of you will be in, but let's say you're in a group chat and you say hi to your friend. It happens into the instant, but this is how it works. If you're on a computer talking to a person Okay, phones send a signal through the air wirelessly. But let's take a different example this time. Okay, deep breath. Okay. You're on your computer and you're typing in a message to, let's say, a friend upstairs. You're typing hi to him across the internet, and then he receives the message. This is what happens. The wires, okay, just a reminder, it doesn't always have to be a wire. It could be wirelessly, like when you're on a group chat and you're chatting with your friends right next to you. Okay, now time for the big bit. It goes down the wire to a switch. The switch connects everything. Connects all the computers through wires to the server, which sends information to the switch. The switch has as the switch. If you missed the part of it, here's a repeating. The switch has all the plug points. So, and also this server is the main computer. The switch just connects all the wires. So the server sends the information to the switch, and the switch sends it across the wire to the person you addressed it to. And you get the email, hi. You can send about anything, and as long as the internet does not stop you, or you block it, or you're not on the computer. Okay, but what if you're sending it to somewhere else, between a network or outside your local network? Well, have no fears. Internet comes to the rescue. Remember how we talked about internetwork? And remember how we split it into inter and network? Inter means between, and network means a group of things. So, inter. So, it's between. So, the interbit connects the networks. So, it's between a network. Think of it like this. When the sender receives... Okay, let's think about it again. This time, let's say you're on your computer chatting to your friend all the way in New Zealand? No, wait, no, time zone difference, hold on. Let's pretend you're chatting with you're chatting to someone in a different country. In this example, it's going to be Sri Lanka, unless if you're in Sri Lanka. So you're chatting to your friend. You're chatting on your friend on your computer. But how do you send a message? It's outside your network. So far. Super far away. So far. So, now, let's take this example again. You're sending a friend to your cousin who lives in a different country. And you send the image, and it goes, and you send whatever you're saying. For example, this is going to be a cat video. Not a cat video. Let's pretend you're sending this video to your friend, to your cousin, in a different country, or outside your network. How would it get there? Well, this is what happens. Well, as always, it goes to the switch. The switch addresses it to the server. The server sends it to a router. This router can send it to anywhere on the planet connected to the internet. or internetwork. So the router sends it through the wires. Through sometimes cables underneath the ground. But sometimes they're above, like telegraph wires above. You can actually see them. If you look up a bit or look far in the distance, you can see these wires flying through the sky. But how would it cross the sea? Of course, not wires in the air. One, because, hey, there are planes in the air. You don't want to explain that a plane got crashed into a wire. That would be too chaotic. Also, it could cause damage to the plane. So, if you guessed it, you might have guessed it, it's going under the sea. See, after that, it can get onto land and travel underground cables for a while. But it still happens in an instant. And then finally it gets to and finally after traveling for miles, down roads, up in the air, down cables, zooming, but always zooming down, faster. And it kept going down underneath parks, going down parks and going down parks, underneath parks, underneath roads, underneath rivers, underneath a lot of stuff before finally getting to the receiver. And then you can, of course, but this is what happens. And also, the computer you might be watching it on, or whatever device is connected to the internet, is also called a client. Think of it like this. You are in a restaurant. And you're going and you are the client, the person who's getting served. And the server is the person who is giving the food. And the switch tells it and gives it to the person. Because you don't expect the microwave to come walking to you and then give you your food. Do you? Unless if you leave it a long time in the future, that's not going to be right. Also, you have an IP address or an internet protocol address. That's how, because every time you write an email, the computer can see the IP address sometimes. The computer doesn't see the email as you wrote it. It sees the IP address. It has to be broke into packets though, because remember when you were sending an image or this video to, let's pretend you are doing stuff, and then you type up it, and then you type it, and then it tells the server to kind of like this. Hello there, and today could you please serve me this? Could you please serve me this video? And it serves you it. But it breaks up into thousands of pieces. These thousands of pieces break apart. The entire image video breaks apart, and then it rearranges itself in just an instant. That's how you're watching this video. And all of that stuff happens in just an instant. Now, signing off from Stem Cell Friends. Wait, also one last thing. Question time. No, it was answer time. Did you know that also there are other ways, like wireless phones get signals through the air, and satellites can also act like this. You send the signal, it goes through the air, and it goes to a satellite, and the satellite ejects it back down to wherever you addressed it, kind of like light bouncing off a mirror. So now signing off from Stem Cell Friends, and please remember everything we said, though this might have been a very long video. So goodbye from Stem Cell Friends.